Alright, this is a quick little technique or exercise that you could do to um, learn how to get a little bit more control um, when you're learning how to ink. That's one of the big things that's missing that you have to learn is control. So this is just a quick little exercise that you can do, and it's really basic. It's just, let's say you have a dot here. We'll start short, a dot here, and I'm using a brush on this one. We'll switch to a nib or a pen or whatever next, and you just connect. You make a longer one. Make a longer one. We'll go longer. And I'm not so much worried about if it's not perfectly straight, if there's a little bit of a curve to it. I'm not worried about that on this one. What you want to shoot for is the motion. You don't want to be all over the map, but you may start out that way. It's kind of like shooting free throws. You know, you have that sort of muscle memory thing going on when you're playing basketball and you're shooting, which helps you make shots. You kind of learn that motion. It's okay if you go over there a little bit, whatever. That's part of the deal. But the idea is to kind of stop. Learn how to stop on a point. And this is a thing that you can do before you start working, just to kind of warm up. It'll help build your confidence with inking and just learning that motion, learning how to make, learning how to freehand straight lines. And you do the same thing with a nib. I tend to throw my lines. Some of you guys might, pull your lines. You can see the difference. I'm not good. I can't pull lines very well. Not long lines either. Anyway, I will pull lines when I'm working. If I'm doing something short, or I notice if something is curving a little, I'll pull lines sometimes. But that's the difference in when you hear somebody say, throwing or pulling lines. It's pulling and throwing away from you. So part of learning this inking and these tools is learning, what your limitations are. How far can you throw a line and have it be straight. That's what you need to know. That's what stops you from having to essentially pull out a straight edge all the time. You can see that's pretty straight. So because I know that, I trust, there's that mental note that I know that I can hit from here to here when I'm inking a page or I'm looking at something. I know I can do that, so I don't reach for this all the time. And that's where your speed starts to come from, when you stop having to reach for or depend on things like this. There's nothing wrong with using a straight edge or curve at all. It just depends on how technical the artwork is. With inking haunt, I very rarely will use a straight edge or a curve for things, unless it's absolutely necessary. So yeah, that's the nib. It's the same thing. Like if you can do the same thing if you're using a pen, you know. These are all things you need to know. How far can I go? Which tool am I more comfortable with? You know. So you have the brush, and then you have your nib, and then the marker, and it's all the same. You know, it's all the same motion no matter which tool you use. Same motion with the brush. So this is a good one to practice. I did it over and over and over, tons of times. So, yep. So that's my 3:42 a.m. tip. All right. Hope you guys dig it. Good luck.